Welcome, friend, to your 15-minute mobility flow. All you need for this workout is a mat. Let's begin with some ankle circles. I would suggest with 10 circles each direction on each foot. If you need something for balance, you can use the wall like I am here. You might find that you start out needing that and then you can gradually take your fingers off. So 10 circles both directions, releasing the ankles. Switch legs when you're ready. And just make that circle as big as your ankle permits. You might notice that as you go through the 10, as you get near the end of the reps, that the ankles begin to move a little easier. That's what we're seeking out today, is for our joints to simply feel better moving through a full range of motion. All right, next up, big shoulder circles up and back. We're gonna do 10 of these too. Really exaggerating that shrug of the shoulders up, keeping the posture nice and tall and lifted, nice neutral hips, soft bend in your knees, and 10 exaggerated big circles up and around, freeing up the shoulder joints. All right, then we're gonna forward fold. So coming into a half lift, nice flat back, rise back up and then lower down into a squat, butt back, rise back up. We're going to fold forward again. This time you're walking small steps out with the hands into a high plank position. Then taking your time, walk your feet towards your hands. Take a nice deep breath, walk those hands or walk the feet back out so you're back in your high plank. Then we're going to do 5 plank rockets. So you're bending the knees. Notice my knees are not rising up further away from the ground. I'm really trying to send my seat back and then returning to a high plank. A wider stance with your feet might help this be more comfortable. It just gives a little more space for your hips. All right, then we'll meet back in our high plank. You can either drop to your knees or stay on your toes. One slow push up all the way down until your belly hits the ground. Then release the hands, make a cactus shape with the arms. We're gonna lift and lower just the upper body 5 times. Keep that neck long, eyes on the ground. Lower body stays on the floor today. We're just lifting up that upper body 5 times. Try to smooth out the breath and place your hands and feet or knees back on the ground. Press back up to your high plank. Pause there for a moment. Take a breath. And then sweep those hips up. Let them rise towards the ceiling. Heels drop towards the ground. Take your right hand and reach it across to the outside of the left leg. You might be able to reach your ankle, your calf, your thigh. You might not reach it all, but do your best to reach across and find a position that's sort of comfortable as this can be. And then we're going to switch sides. Remember to let the heels drop down towards the ground and let that rotation from your thoracic spine or your middle back happen. If you keep a tiny bend in your elbow on that grounded arm, that'll help keep the muscles lit. Return to a high plank, and then let's rise up one more time into our down dog position. Good. Return to your high plank one more time, and then walk your hands step by step to your feet. To rise up, we're just going to take it to a half lift first, then lower back down. And now to come all the way up, slowly uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to rise. Reset your shoulders a couple of times. As many times as feels good. Shoulders tend to hold a lot of tension. So we're going to take ourselves through a couple of these. And then to finish round 1, we're just going to rise up onto the toes and then lift the toes up so you're coming up onto your heels. Rocking back and forth. Another great lengthener for the back sides of the legs and the muscles in the feet. Make your way through 10 of these, and then we're going to repeat this mobility flow 2 more times. Each time, my hope is that you'll feel a little bit better, maybe a little less wobbly like me right here. All right, 10 circles on each ankle. seeking out a little bigger range of motion each time, counting your own, staying tall, moving the breath slowly, generously. Switch legs when you're ready. Ten each way. All right, let's meet for our shoulder circles. Big shrugs. Up and back. Are you noticing any different sensations in your shoulders? We've got a little heat in there. We've got that synovial fluid lubricating your joints. 10 circles, up and back. Find that lifted spine. Find that neutral pelvis. All right, here we go. Folding forward, flat back, half lift, looking at the ground a little bit in front of you. Rise back up, one squat, hips back, press back up. And then we're folding back forward, walking it out to a high plank, shoulders over your wrists, feet about hip distance. Then slowly walk your feet in towards your hands. Pause here for a moment. Then little steps back out into your high plank. Return to that shoulder over wrist position. And we've got our 5 plank rockets. I love these so much. Great strengthener, also great for the hips, the low back, the shoulders. 5 times, sending that seat back. Great for the core muscles as well. When you finished your 5, pause in your high plank, and then knees or toes slowly lower down. Angle of your elbows at about 45 degrees. Let yourself come down all the way to the mat. Keep your legs on the floor. Make a cactus shape or a W shape with your arms, palms down, arms bent, neck long. You're lifting and lowering 5 times. Place those hands back on the floor. Press yourself up to knees or toes. Meet me on your toes. And then we're going to find our down dog position. That's a V shape, hips lifting to the sky. Take your right hand, lift it off the mat. Reach it to the outside of your left leg. Pause here for a moment. Let the breath continue to flow. I always hold my breath when I do this one. Don't be like me. Let's return to our high plank and switch sides. So the left hand comes off the ground. Left hand reaches to the outside of the right leg. You might notice if you kind of grab onto your leg, you can increase that rotation through your center. Not forcing, just using your hand as a little bit of an anchor. Shift back to high plank and then back to down dog. See if you can let those heels settle towards the ground even further than the first round. Breathing deep. Back to our high plank. Lots of planks in this one. Then small steps, walk the hands to the feet. Come up to a half lift, nice flat back. Allow yourself to roll all the way up to standing. Shoulder circles. This might seem like a lot of shoulder circles, but a lot of our shoulders need a lot of help. A lot. And hopefully these feel good, maybe feeling a little smoother. All right, and here we go. Our rocking back and forth, heels to toes. Are you noticing any difference in the way even the muscles in your feet or the muscles in your ankles or your calves feel? Calf raises are great for circulation, so this mobility flow is also an excellent energizer, brain booster. You're getting calf raises in, you're getting inversions in. All right, let's repeat that one more time. Starting with our ankle circles, 10 each way on both feet. It is a beautiful gift that you are giving to your body, taking this time, keeping in the back of your mind that workouts do not need to be stressful or kill you for them to be effective. Having a balance with workouts like this is so important to your overall results. Decreasing stress is one of the best ways to get your body performing to its maximal potential. All right, shoulder circles, one more time. How big are those circles becoming? Sometimes I envision like a dot on the outside of my delt, and that it's drawing a circle, and I'm just trying to smooth out the edges of that circle. This entire flow is about smoothing out the edges. All right, folding forward, halfway down. You can use your hands on your shins if you'd like. Rise back up. Give me one deep squat. I'll bet you it's your deepest squat of the day. Return to standing. And then fold back down, walk those hands out to a high plank. Then walk the feet to the hands. Pause for a moment. Feet walk back out. You return to your high plank. Plank rockets, 5 of these. Bending the knees deeply, sending the seat back towards the heels. Use whatever position works the best for you for your feet. Some people like more narrow, some people like wider. 5 times, returning to that shoulders over wrists each time. Then pause in your high plank. Last time, lowering down, slow, all the way down. Beautiful. Lift those hands up off the floor. Create your cactus shape, 5 cactus lifts. This is a great opener for the front side of the body, great strengthener for the muscles that protect your spine. Try to keep the legs relaxed. Yes, they're going to respond a little bit, but try to keep them relaxed. When you finished your 5 times, place those palms back down on the ground, rise up to your knees, then to your toes. We're going to shift the hips up towards the sky as the heels drop down towards the floor. Pause in your down dog, get grounded, get balanced, spread those fingers out wide. Then pick that right hand up off the floor, reach it to the outside of your left leg. Hang out here for a little. Great. Return to your high plank. Reset your down dog. Again, hips rise, heels drop. Right hand comes across to the outside of your left leg. Use that hand as an anchor. Find one more level of that stretch, then return to your high plank. And then one more time into your down dog, feeling how that energy is riveting through your body. Hips rise, ankles drop, arms are strong, shoulders are strong. Beautiful. Return to your high plank. Then take small steps with the hands to the toes. Let's rise up halfway, flat back. Lower back down. Let your hands relax. Then slowly uncurl. 1 vertebrae at a time. Finish with a shoulder roll. Finish with the head rising. Take a couple shoulder rolls. All we've got left, my friend, are our heel-toe rockers. Let's do that one more time. So rising up tall on the toes and lifting as much of the foot off the ground as you can, rocking back onto your heels. That rock back onto your heels, such a good thing to practice. We're not used to going backwards. We're not used to lifting our toes up. Great strengthener and stretch for the backside of your legs and for the tops of your feet. Rocking back and forth 10 times, enjoying it, loving every second of it, loving that you are seconds away from being done. In fact, you're done. Thanks for working out with me. I can't wait to see you at our next workout. Subscribe to get all the new videos.